Hallo meine lieben Freunde, was geht, was geht ab, was ist, guten Abend, guten Tag, es ist dein Lieblings-YouTuber James Bray und ich reagiere heute auf how to do a German accent. Now, as many of you guys may or may not know, and at this point I'm pretty sure we all know, because most of my videos have this background in it, you know. I've been trying to learn how to speak German. I've been planning a trip to Germany. Obviously the pandemic got in the way of things, but it hasn't gotten in the way of me learning German, and I've been doing that pretty much every day. I've taken a break, I think yesterday, for a bit. Actually, I do practice a little bit every day, whether it be 30 minutes or a few hours. I think I literally have been practicing every day without even noticing I've been practicing, you know. But anyways, one of the biggest things I've noticed when I try to Deutsch sprechen is my pronunciation is pretty garbage. I'm not gonna lie. If I was being harsh on myself, I'd venture to say my pronunciation is pretty garbage. So, and it's not really like how I pronounce a bulk of the words. It's just the fact that I have an American accent, and I can't really help that. But maybe I can, and that's where this video actually popped up in my recommended. It's off of Don't Trust the Rabbits page, so go ahead and give her a follow. She is very, very, very informative, and I think she has a second channel or two other channels. I think she has a podcast channel, and she has a second channel where she talks about pretty much like self-love and stuff like that. Very, very, very awesome individual. And for anybody that's getting into learning German, I would recommend watching her for sure, along with a few other YouTubers that I regularly check out myself. But anyways, I'm going to be reacting to this and trying to see if this can help me with how I pronounce certain words. But if you guys are new to the channel, willkommen! If you guys are returning viewers, willkommen zurück! We post videos on the daily and you guys give me suggestions, or I find videos that I'm interested in. I check them out, react to them. I'd also do commentary, gaming from time to time, and a few other types of content, cooking videos, vlogs, all that good stuff. Which, by the way, there is a vlog coming soon, so more on that later. But let's not waste any time, guys. Let's go ahead and dive nose deep into this thing and see exactly what we're working with, man. Los geht's!
Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and as you all know, I am from Germany, from close to...
Oh yeah, I forgot, she is from Germany. I think is she living in the United States though? I wonder. Oh, I'm not sure if she's living in the US. I thought she was.
To be precise. When I speak English, I normally sound like this. Not perfect and still a lot of things to improve, but I consider my pronunciation quite decent. This hasn't been like that all the time, and I know a lot of Germans that have a stronger accent than I do. If I would speak a little bit more like this, you would most probably assume that I'm from Germany. But why is that? What makes the German accent the German accent? I decided to sit down and do some research, asking myself the following questions. What characteristics does a typical German accent have? And why? Before I present you my results, I want to point out that this is not a professional research, it's just my personal guesswork, but I think with at least some points, I'm pretty close to reality, and I guess you will enjoy it.
So, I think after looking at this for a bit, I may have checked this out in the past, but I was at a different point in learning German and stuff like that, so I think now I can actually apply the knowledge of the actual German grammatic language and stuff along with this and kind of like almost like check this out again, you know, and apply what she's saying to what I already know now. Because I think from the last year and from the past year up until now, I have basically, I would like to say I've improved a lot as far as my understanding and knowledge and even pronunciation of the language. I'm nowhere near perfect at all, but I like to say that there has been a huge development. So this will be very interesting, man. Very, very interesting.
So when speaking English, what does a typical German accent sound like? And what's the explanation for that? The first thing that came to my mind was something that I would like to refer to as staccato talking.
Staccato talking? Oh no, maybe I haven't checked this out before. That's interesting. Yeah, I have not heard of that.
Wenn ich normal Deutsch spreche, dann mache ich hinter jedem Wort...
Wow, my camera battery died. Wow. Oh my god. Again. Okay, hold on, man. This happens all the time. Literally all the time. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Wait. And we are good. Dang. Sorry about that, guys. Now, what is she saying?
Eine kleine Pause. Which means, when I speak German, I make a little break after every word.
Ah.
Of course, we Germans also combine some words, like, for example, ich hab.
Ich
instead
hab.
of ich habe.
Ich habe.
But still, German is not as melodious as English, or far away from being as melodious as French, for example. Which makes us sound a little bit robotic.
Kind of. Yeah. I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my god. My camera, what did I do? Anyways, yeah.
Just for fun, I recorded myself saying something in English, in German, and in French to see the differences in the audio track that my video cutting software would show me. And as you can see, there are quite some breaks.
Wow, it's different. It seems like English is broken up. I guess it's not broken up as much as German. You can see it's chopped up with the audio waves a bit more. And then French just seems like it flows very smoothly together. You know, it's like a constant flow of words. Yeah, I definitely haven't seen this video before. That's insane. That's a pretty interesting breakdown. Very, very interesting breakdown too. Oh my god.
The English one is like in the middle between the other two. And the French one is just one long blah 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 blah. Je ne sais pas ce que je dois faire.
She can speak French as well? She probably already said that, but dang. That's impressive.
So the first thing we noticed is that Germans make many breaks between the words. The next thing I want to talk of is the German pride of consonants. One fact that you will easily notice about the German language is that we're not afraid of consonants. While in the English language, you kind of try to soften the consonants as much as possible, Germans are proud of them and they emphasize them even more.
That's actually true, because I know with all of our consonants and stuff, it's just, if it's not an A, E, I, O, or U, you know what I'm saying? Basically vowels, then we make sure that all the other letters are silent. But in most other languages, it almost seems like the consonants are just as bold as the vowels, if that makes sense.
Let's, for example, take the word matter. Even though it's written with a double T in the middle, in English you mostly pronounce it as matter,
matter.
Or even matter. As if you were afraid.
Like, exactly. In American English, it would be matter, and then in British English, it would be matter. they forget their T's, man. Like England, people from England just be forgetting the damn T, and I'm like, I mean, I get that it's slang, but bro, it just sound weird, bro.
That your tongue make it hurt by the sharp edges of the T in the middle. Germans, on the other hand, use consonants very confidently, and instead don't put so much weight on the vowels. Here are some examples: Kraftprotz,
Fettsack,
Luftpolster.
Luftpolster, Pulser. The way she said Pulser. Luftpolster. Schatzkiste.
In German, we have in general a lot of double consonants.
Nice.
Like, for example, TT, BB, FF, CK, and they always imply that there's a short vowel followed by a hard consonant. And while the English language has stuff like matter, ma'a going on, we would never think about softening them.
I know. I feel like in general, right? I feel like with the German culture, it's like everybody's very very strict when it comes to like the rules of the language. Now I say that, and then I've also had a plethora of people from Germany that are in the Discord tell me that like the language is so botched, you know, that like native German speakers have hard times with the grammatic structure, pronunciation sometimes of certain words, because there's just a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I feel like it's impossible to be perfect at German, even as a native speaker, you know, just like English. I mean, English is easier, I feel like, right? But I mean, yeah, I feel like, I guess it'd be easier to be perfect at English than it would be German, because there's just a bunch of rules that are seemingly contradictory, it seems sometimes, or just very complex and almost convenient in some cases, especially with der, die, and das. Like, I was like, bruh, what?
Bretter. We would say bretter if it wasn't so much effort. We actually have letter combinations that make words sound even more spiky. Like, for example, the tz. It's like, that's not just tz, it's tz. Remember? Z in the end. Not just a simple S, it's a Z.
Z.
Go for it. Or, for example, the PF, which tells you this is not only f, this is
Oh, like cup, but not cup. But the thing is, when you hear that, right? Because I've heard people speak, and when you hear words like this, I feel like people, when they speak it really quickly, you barely hear the P behind the F. You hear the F, but you don't hear the P, because people slur their words together, and that's kind of inevitable. And I guess like everybody would say like round off the words and shit. Like that's what I've heard from a lot of people that speak German and stuff. Like, oh yeah, sometimes we round off the words, and that's like it's the same as slurring your words together. It makes it sound a lot more natural. It blends together well. So I see why. I mean, that's how English is too. It's how any language is. I mean, you learn how to speak it properly first, and then when you hear it real time, it sounds a bit different because the words are essentially rounded off. So that's actually very interesting too, a very interesting observation.
This information, it's no surprise that similar words in English and German are often written with D in English and a T or even a double T in German. Bed, bet, red, rot.
Rot.
And even if there is a T in English,
Rot.
it's mostly pronounced.
Yeah, the way you guys pronounce your R's are interesting, man. It's like the R has an RH sound, so it's like, or HR sounds like it's like hro, hro, hro. Like you have to hack and then roll the R, because it's not ra, it's hro. You know, it's because if it was like an RH, it'd be like ruch, ruch, ruch. You know. But it's actually an HR sound for your R sound. So it's like, hra, hra, you know? It's weird. Like, I figured that out the hard way. So it's I mean, and I think it's applicable to most words. And some words are a bit different. But for the most part, especially if it's a leading word, if R is leading the word, then it typically has an HR sound. So it's like a hra.
Really carefully, like fat, while Germans happily say fit.
Fit.
So if you would ask a German to read the sentence, "What's the matter with that red bed?"
What's
he would most likely say,
what's the matter with that red bed?
What's the matter with that red bed? We can see the staccato rule apply, and also the rule with the harsh consonants.
Damn.
The next point on my list is something I would like to call the last letter law.
The last letter.
In the English language, you sometimes swallow the end of the word.
Like our E's are silent. Our a lot of the last few letters are just either forgotten about, or just really silent. You know, or like it's really easy. It's forgettable. It's very easily forgettable in the English language for that. So that's a very interesting observation as well.
For example, in horrible, you don't say horribly or horrible or something like that. You're like horrible. So
pretty much you could get rid of the E and just have it horrible or whatever, right? And you can honestly get rid of the I too. Or actually, like, no, you have to keep the I. Horrible.
Oh, as if the E doesn't actually exist.
Exactly.
The E is just there for universe reasons. But
Decoration,
you actually don't pronounce
much.
it. While in German, that stuff never actually happens.
Yeah, I
we also
noticed.
have
That's
words
crazy.
ending with E. Like, for example, Hase, which means rabbit, by the way.
Wait, and that's another thing too. I say it all the time, but your S's are Z's, man, and that's so weird. Like, and then your S set is an actual S, you know? Like, I know I've gone over it before. S can have a S sound as in snake, or a Z sound as in zebra, you know? So it's kind of weird. But then you have the S set, which is the most, it's like the sharpest S, you know, the most S-E-S, like snake, once again, S. Or hiss.
Straße or
Straße. Lager.
But we would never think of swallowing the E. We Germans don't like to swallow.
Hi, you
Wow. Wow.
You Germans don't like to swallow. Ha.
Because of that, it could happen that we would pronounce a word like horrible as horrible.
Horrible.
Like switching L and E around, because we're like, nah, that doesn't make sense with the E in the end that you don't pronounce. That has to be a mistake.
I mean, it makes sense. Okay, let me.
The last point I found is actually quite funny to talk about. It's the sounds that Germans don't know or know differently. Let's take a look at the German vowels. The vowels would be pronounced as A, E, I, O, U.
A, E. Wait, hold on, go back. How did she pronounce that?
The vowels would be pronounced as A,
E,
I,
E,
O,
U.
As you may.
Wait, hold on, I messed it up. Go back.
That doesn't make sense with the E in the end that you don't pronounce. That has to be a mistake.
Okay.
The last point I found is actually quite funny to talk about. It's the sounds that Germans don't know or know differently. Let's take a look at the German vowels. The vowels would be pronounced as A, E, I, O, U.
But E and E, the way she pronounced them almost sounds the same. Like E, I, E. Oh, okay, it's different. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. And in English it would be A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. That's very interesting. Oh my
As you
God.
may notice, that sounds a little bit more like French than
Like,
English, for example.
kinda, yeah.
A, E, I, O, U.
A,
Instead of
E,
A,
O, U.
I,
I, O,
O,
U.
U.
I, E, U.
It seems like the English vowels are not single sounds. They're more like vowel combinations.
Literally, like A, E, I, O, U.
This may be why Germans sometimes subtract a little bit of the complexity of English vowels.
Makes sense.
Saying, for example, you instead of you.
You.
Or funny instead of funny.
Funny. Yeah, that's so funny. You're so funny. Oh, like, oh, Dankeschön.
Or home
Home.
instead of home. But if you thought that the vowels would have the biggest impact, you're wrong. The consonants are even worse.
Really?
Let's just go through some consonants that I found that are actually unknown to Germans or known in a different way, which makes us confuse them with our own language sometimes.
Interesting.
Let's talk about the D.
Okay. Ah, see what you did there. All right.
German D is often pronounced as T as well.
T? Wait a minute. What? Okay, like what words? I think she's about to get into that, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's so confusing. That's why when I pronounce things, it's sometimes like it's more accurate than it was last year, but it's still pretty not accurate right now, you know? I mean, I know a lot of you guys tell me that like my pronunciation's getting way better, but it still needs work, man. It still needs a lot of work.
Like in Tod, Kind, Bad.
Kind? I thought it'd be kind, like Kinder. You don't say Kinte. Tot, Kind. And what was the last one she said? Wait. Bot. Tot, Kind, Bot. Really? Is that how I've been saying it wrong this whole time?
So basically it's the opposite of what English tries to do. English tries to soften everything and we try to de-soften everything. I know there's a D, but it's soft.
Wow. Okay.
Weak.
Damn.
Let's stick to the T instead. So especially if there's a D in the end of an English word, we will most likely pronounce it as a T, like in red or bet. Because we're just not used to having a D in the end and actually speaking it soft. The next letter in alphabetical order would be the J in English. We simply don't have that. We have a Y. But there's no such thing as G in the German language. This is why we became creative and kind of make a ch out of it, which results in us saying something like chungle.
Yeah, I've seen that. Chungle or choose or that's it. That's all I know.
Or chiggle.
Chiggle.
Or
Choose.
jazz
Oh, jazz music.
music. A similar but not so severe problem applies to the L sound in English. Normally you say something like hole when you use an L,
Really?
like in call, for example. You also have the telephone one, which is the one that we know, the H sound,
H.
but the hole one is just something we don't know. So
Wait a minute. You're confusing me because I didn't even know that. I just say telephone or home or whatever, you know. I didn't know we had different ways of pronouncing L. I just thought it was the L and then the L, just literally like L. and then la. But I didn't know he pronounced it differently in different settings. That's a good observation, because I didn't know. Listen, I just speak it. I didn't get that deep into it, but that's crazy.
Whenever we want to say call, we would most likely say call.
Call.
As in telephone.
Call.
Because we only know that L sound. Next one is the R sound. That wonderful deep throat rolling R sound.
The R sound. So is it R? Or like that TikTok? R.
That we don't have. Our R is just a R.
Oh, I know it is a R, but like I said, you guys pronounce your R's with like a HR. It's like a R. Because when I'm like, oh, it's just a R, you just roll the R, like, you know, it's like a Spanish word almost. It's like, nah. What makes, you know, like when you speak Spanish, a Spanish rolled R, it's like ra, ra. And then like in German, it's like ra, ra. Like there's like air behind it, you know. It's like somebody shooting an R out of their mouth, you know. With like Spanish, it's like it's crazy. It's a lot more, I don't know, vibey.
You say richtig or rechts.
You heard how she said that? She added some recht. Like, I'm like, damn, dog. All right, cool.
Or Fahrer.
Fahrer.
But there is no r.
Okay, R sounds retarded. R really literally sounds retarded. Like if you say like read or I don't know, it just sounds weird pronouncing it, come to think of it, right? And I guess that's how it was taught, so it sounds normal, but I guess it is a bit weird. That's why I guess now I understand how different the American accent is next to other languages, stepping outside of my own native language, being the American English dialect, you know. Very interesting. Or like the TikTok.
A similar catastrophe is the S, which is actually our fault because we have 3 different S sounds, while the English language only has one. In German, how the S is pronounced depends on the location and the letter combination that the S is in. For example, in sprechen.
Oh yes, sprechen. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Bitte. Okay.
The S actually is a sh. Or in
sprechen.
Wasser.
Wasser.
It's
a
a
set. Yeah.
Or in Hase, it's
a Z.
Z.
Or a Z. That's crazy.
And you just have, since we have the S sound at least, we can pronounce most English words correctly, but sometimes we still confuse them with something that we are used to out of our language. Like, for example, speak. In German would be speak.
Speak.
And
speak. That makes sense because S followed by a P or, you know, basically a consonant, for a good portion of times, it'll have like an SH sound, you know, like shpa, shpa, sh, 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 you know? So I guess like speaking English, I can see where the accent comes from. Man, I really got to ingest this. So when I start, you know, speaking more Deutsch, I can sound a little bit more German, I guess. I can hone and internalize the German accent. Yes! Yes!
Sometimes I guess it happens that we just say speak.
Speak.
Something really confusing is going on when we talk about the F, W, and V sound in English and German. The V sound in German is actually pronounced as F.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, you're right. Like if I say I understand you, it'd be like ich verstehe dich. Verstehe dich. It's not verstehe dich. Verstehe dich. And it could be verstehe dich. Like ich verstehe dich. And that's I understand you. But that's actually pretty cool.
Like in der Vogel. I don't even know why we have that letter. The V is just an alternative for the F.
Literally, that's a lot of the words. Like the S is an alternative for the Z. The V is the alternative for the F. And I'm just like, oh wait, yeah. And I was just like, dang. There's a few other letters that are like that, you know?
The D is just an alternative for the T.
T, yeah.
The W, though, is actually the English V sound, like in wollen,
Wollen.
Watte,
Watte.
Wolke.
Wolke.
As you can see, really funny. The W, as you have it in the English language, doesn't exist in the German one.
Interesting.
There is no woo. This, you know what I mean, this want sound or willing. There's like wah. We don't have that.
Yeah, that's
We say
cool. That's cool. That's tight.
something like that. This is why it's no surprise that we sometimes say very instead of very, because, you know,
Very nice. Very nice. Or very net.
or want instead of want, because we
Want.
just don't have this woo in our language.
Interesting.
But as if all of that wouldn't be confusing enough already, we didn't speak about the TH yet.
Ooh, yeah, that. So it's interesting. I'm gonna see how she explains it, because I had a rough time with certain words that had the th in like the I guess the beginning of the words, or even in the middle of the words. It's interesting how you guys approach this, and I've encountered this in the language, so I'm just like, how do I pronounce this?
The Germans don't have the th, and this is why we desperately try to find an alternative for it that we know out of our own language. Like, for example, the S or the F. Normally,
I've seen words that have a th in them, but I feel like you pronounce them separately. It's not like a it's like tuh, you know, like I guess I could pull like a, I don't know how to really, I can't think of any words off the top of my head. Wait, is choose one of them? No, choose isn't one of them. But I guess if I could like find some words and show you guys later or something like that, I could show you. But I'm pretty sure like, yeah, th isn't really a combination thing, but they have been next to each other in words in German. I just feel like since every letter has to be pronounced, it's gonna be pronounced differently than how it is in English.
if an English word starts with th, we pronounce it as s, because we just don't know better. And if it ends with th, we sometimes use f as well. It's like s or f. Some people do it that way, some people do it this
Something.
way. So
Something. Or teeth. Teeth. Mein teeth.
for example, thing would become
Thing.
sing.
Or sing.
Or
Something.
with would become this or
This.
And of course,
This.
that sounds kind of horrible. But
That makes sense. Okay, that I understand now. When when I hear like German people speak English and stuff, it makes so much sense, because you're directly translating German into English, and then there's different ways you pronounce the letters, so that actually makes a lot of sense. What the heck? Okay, this is a mind fuck. Like, this is
to our
crazy.
defense, we mostly don't know better. Even our school teachers often cannot pronounce the th well. And how are you supposed to learn something as a child if the person that teaches you
It's not
isn't
you're
aware?
pronouncing it the right
Hey
way.
Petra, just calling in. What are you doing? Sinking. You're sinking? You're on a boat? Where? To conclude, we just found 4 things that characterize the German accent when Germans are trying to speak English.
That's actually very clever, very creative, and I guess makes a ton of sense. It makes a ton of sense. Man. Oh my god. Okay, this makes a lot of sense.
The staccato talking, the pride of consonants, the last letter love, and simply sounds that the Germans don't have or that they know differently. Since this video was mainly educational and not too funny, I prepared another little video where I am talking in a horrible German accent, showing you around my city a little bit, and yeah, I guess you may enjoy watching that. You can maybe find all of the rules that we just defined in that video and just see if they apply. So here's me speaking English in a really horrible German accent. I really hope that you enjoyed the video and that you maybe even learned something. Just to the end, I want to point out that I didn't mean any offense to anyone, neither German native speakers nor English native speakers. English and German are both equally beautiful languages, and I love speaking them both.
I actually love learning them. Well, I'm still learning English, I guess, too. I'm constantly still learning English, I guess, because there's new words I discover every day. But obviously, on a fundamental level, and even more than that, since that's the main language I've spoken my entire life. Obviously, I speak English, but German, it's been very fun learning it. Like, I know people are like, it's hard. Why do you want to learn German? It's difficult. I like a challenge. Okay, I like a challenge. It's my thing. So this was a very informative video. I learned a lot from it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts, opinions, and ideas. And if you guys have had explanations or anything in the comments like that you want to go ahead and drop in the comments, please leave a comment down below, and I'll try to open up a discussion with you guys. The easiest way to reach me is Discord, so join the Discord server. Bitte, okay? Vielen lieben Dank. I really appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys very soon. Real soon. Bis später, Leute. Ciao. Hey, what's up? Did you guys subscribe to the channel? Did you subscribe to the channel? Well, if you haven't, make sure you do that. Also, we do have a Discord. The Discord link is always going to be in the description down below on any of my videos, and it's dope. What we do on Discord is pretty simple. A lot of you guys I'm collecting you guys from a bunch of different countries, a bunch of different places, and you guys want to teach me a whole bunch of stuff. You guys can join the Discord and teach me anything. You can send me any kind of messages and stuff. You can actually post memes. You could participate in the community and just make friends. Just go ahead and join the Discord and see what kind of situation you're getting into for yourself. Also, there's gonna be some giveaways in the future. But to create some incentive for that, I need you guys to follow me on Instagram. Are you guys following me on Instagram? You know what my Instagram looks like? Probably don't know what my Instagram name is. It's right there. Just go ahead and check it out. It's dope. Just follow me on Instagram. I do live streams every day. I try to, engage with you guys in every way possible. I know not a lot of creators are very engaging with their fan base. I try to be engaging. So just go ahead and check it out. There's no harm, no foul. Follow me on Twitter too. I honestly am trying to grow my Twitter, but I don't really post that often on there. But when I do, you guys will be the first to see whatever post those will be. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you guys want shout outs or whatever, I don't know, we have a lot of upcoming independent artists that have been hitting me up as of late. I might create a series where I favor my international independent artists and stuff, and I might promote you guys for free, but it might just be 1 or 2 a week, and you guys can give me some feedback on that. But all to say, follow me on my social medias. All right, if you guys aren't doing that already, you need to do that, because that's a pretty big deal. I'll see you guys later, but enjoy the content I create. It's gonna be random reaction videos, a lot of everything. Reaction videos, vlogs, challenges, cooking videos, gaming videos, anything you guys suggest when you join my Discord or message me on Instagram. But I'll see you guys soon. Take care, follow me. Peace!